Between the hills, the stars, the sky, the river so clear, river so clear. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why these songs of happy cheer? What great brightness did you see? What glad tidings did you hear? Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. See him in a manger laid, whom the angels praise above. Mary, Joseph, lend your aid, while we raise our hearts in love. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Good morning and welcome. Welcome to the home of the Unitarian Universalists of Bismarck and Mandan. In our Unitarian Universalist community, we celebrate diversity of beliefs, and we are guided by shared values, which are printed on your order of service and can be found on our website. This congregation is a place where we gather to nurture one another, to be supported on our life journey, and to be put our beliefs into action through work in our communities and the wider world. My name is Kim Hawking, and I'm one of the facilitators today. We have multiple facilitators today as a part of our program.
And I'm another one of them. But as we get started this morning, we take this time to acknowledge where we are. And so maybe this morning we can sort of be meditative about it. And to just think about where we are, the place where we are in, and what our connection to this land is. And in doing this acknowledgement, we recognize as well that there are original nations and peoples in this place, and many of us are not originally part of the original nations and people first here, but we are here now. And so in our meditation, in our thinking about that, it's really about connections with the place and the people. And remembering that we are in a place to which Nuita, Hidatsa, Sanish, Dakota, Lakota, Distista, Métis, and Anishinaabe people all have belonging, connection, and deep knowledge. And let's remember to acknowledge all our relatives here and learn how to do that and find our way to be in right relationship in this place.
Our chalice lighting words this morning can be found in the Gray Hymnal 706 and come from Kathleen McTeague. May the light around us guide our footsteps and hold us fast to the best and most righteous that we seek. May the darkness around us nurture our dreams and give us rest so that we may give ourselves to the work of the world. Let us seek to remember the wholeness of our lives, this weaving of light and shadow in this great and an astonishing dance in which we move.
I said the sheep with curly horns, I gave him wool for his blanket warm. He wore my coat on Christmas morn. I said the sheep with curly horns. I said the dove from rafters high, I cooed him to sleep that he should not cry. We cooed him to sleep, my maid and I said the dove from rafters high. And all the bees by some good spell in the stable dark were glad to tell of the gifts they gave Emmanuel. The gifts they gave Emmanuel.
Settle in, get cozy. Stretch your left leg, straighten your right limb too. Lift the ladder of your spine a millimeter more towards heaven. Relax your diaphragm with gravity into our Mother Earth. Bring your hands together and press left and right brain in balance. Take a deep breath. Okay, now we begin.
Waters below, blue sky above. I'm held, I'm held.
What is this spark of light within? What is the mystery that awakens us each morning? As the earth turns and the sun shines once again, feel for just a moment this miracle within all of these praising cells, each molecule of you saying yes again.
Sun makes the day, moon makes the night. I'm held, I'm held.
Awaken as though from a dream. Let your light shine.
Let your light shine for all the world to see. The brightness of the light within, it's the peace that sets you free.
Oh, I know, dear one, it has not always been this way. There have been those days where the sun hides as though light could be shadows, as though love could be lost. When the cycle turns all the way to its furthest ebb, do not forget.
Lay me low where love can find me. Lay me low where none can harm.
Do not forget, you are merely asleep for a time, that something in you adores the light, like a plant will lean into the window for the sun's shine, like the movement of waves onto a shore. Again and again we come back, longing.
As the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longeth after you.
There is a story that goes way back of how the light never died, of how something was given to save us. An animal, a child, a prayer, a savior. As we adore, let's become less violent, require less and less sacrifice, become lit with only love and longing, and a decision to turn towards light.
Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come within as light to dwell.
Thank you for taking this journey together. Remember, there is no darkness that the light can't reach. So right now, in our hearts, that beat together in time, let's see the world made new, the world in peace. Let's believe in Christmas.
Something never changing. I see me now, clear as day, clear as day. Let your light shine from the center, then you'll finally see. Let your light shine from the center, then you'll find the be here, be now. This moment's good enough. Live from this day in the absence of fear. Let your light shine from the center, then you'll finally see. Let your light shine from the center, then you'll be free. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, bring to us beauty, vision, and joy. Rise up, O flame, rise up, O
So every time I hear some of these carols, some of these songs, I remember back to when I was growing up. I grew up in Vermont in a pretty kind of rural place, but also not the same distances between towns as is in North Dakota. But we, in the community where I was, there was this little one-room schoolhouse that was used, like, I think up until maybe the 50s, 40s or 50s, before my time, but not that far in the past, for, as a place for people to go to school. And it's like on a dirt road in walking distance from my house. I didn't really have, there was another family that I could walk to who became my best friends, but the town line was between our houses, so we went to different schools. But anyway, just setting the scene. But as a community, sort of a neighborhood, it was like the Jericho neighborhood. We'd gather quarterly at least for get-togethers. And in the winter, we caroled together, and we gathered and we traveled to the different people's homes and sing in their, like, to them if they came to the door. And we had like a big, like a hay wagon one year that we all piled into to get from place to place. And it's just so beautiful. Like the darkness of the night, the stars being all together in the back of the wagon. And then there was actually one place that we'd always go that was a working dairy farm still, and we'd go into the barn and sing as the cows were like hooked up to their milking machines. And it was like warmer in there than, from all the heat of the animals. And anyway, so those are my associations. Definitely some of my favorite associations with these songs and this time of year.
Well, the memory that came into my mind is probably more cherished now than it may have been when I was a child. But it was fun. Every year, my dad would take Christmas card pictures of all the kids. And and my oldest brother was on the card for 6 years, and then all of a sudden there was me. And then for the next 6 years, there were 5 years, there was another one and another one, another one, another one. And so just, and some of the memories of that was, one of the more fun ones that we like to remember is we're around a Christmas tree, and my dad kept saying, "You got to get closer to the tree. You got to get closer to the tree." And my brother, who was just younger than me, well, he was as close as he thought he could get, and he fell into the tree, probably on purpose. But we laugh about that. And there's others, and just as one example was we did a snowman and made a snowman in our front yard, and then we had the picture. Well, we had a lot of fun doing the snowman. But those cards are really cherished now, because every year we have a picture of what we were long ago.
So after my sister and I went to college, my parents started having this Christmas party the Friday after Thanksgiving, and basically they would have a friend come over and put garlands up. They have a house that has all these beams kind of like this in it, and it's pretty small in a lot of ways. There wasn't very much room for a tree, so they had this thing where they would lash a tree upside down, a fake one, to the rafters in between, and then have garlands, and then have things. And it was really, my dad just loved this party, and he used to talk about it, and it's just, the greatest night. But his job, if you want to call it that, was basically to tell everybody how they were hanging the ornaments wrong. So he would sit in a chair with a martini, and he would be like, no, the fancy balls, they don't go there, they go there. And then he'd be like, spread them out. And he's really, really strict about it. And my mom would make the food. But it sounds kind of terrible, but it was always really funny. And he had these very specific traditions. Like there was a Noel on the mantle, and he would tell this friend about he would tell the story about his friend Leon, and then he would switch Noel to read Leon. So I would read Leon all through Christmas. And he would make me read this essay I wrote in college, how I came home, and he tried to make, and this was before the party, he was trying to get my sister and I to decorate, and we were just all sullen and jerks like you are sometimes when you're that age. And so we refused to do it. And that was how the party sort of came to be. But what I appreciate about it is how willing people were to put up with this obnoxious tradition. They're basically doing another family's work for them. But there was a lot of joy in the room and a lot of laughter. And so for me, it's a really good example of like a wonderful memory. But if you dig too deep, you're like, that's sort of Christmas, right? You just have to find the joy in all of the weirdness and family and all of that. So that's my share.
We, for Christmas, got to, okay, so I'm the youngest of my siblings, but I grew up with my nieces and nephews. So I grew up in the middle of this group. But for Christmas, we got up around 4 o'clock. The kids. Okay. And as we grew older, for some reason, it got earlier and earlier. And one year, because from my bedroom, I could see the living room, and my sister, and I knew at that point she was Santa Claus. And I could see, and she, it was like midnight 01, and she got all done doing the thing, and she laid down on the couch, and I think her head had not even hit the pillow, and I nudged the other girls. I was like, let's get up. And we got, and they let us. My mom and dad, and my sister was just like, oh, bleary-eyed. And so thereafter, the rule went back to 4 o'clock. You do not get out of bed until 4 o'clock. And the other thing that we did, which when I see people, the videos on TV where everybody's like got all their packages and they open one at a time and they take all the tape off and they fold the paper. It was not like that at our house. It was like controlled chaos because we did all open them at the same time, at once. But as we did, we opened them up through the paper, and so the paper. So when we got done and all the adults went back to bed, we were living in this great mess of paper and toys, and we played and did whatever we did, and we were up. And the rule was then you had to have that all cleaned up before the meal, whenever that was. But it was just a lot of fun. I miss it. I think about it. I think about people who don't get to grow up with a great number of people, kids, whoever. And I try not to make that sad because that's not in anybody's control, I guess. But I really, really miss it. I really love my memories of Christmas and family, and I miss us as children. My sister, probably if she was around today, probably would say no.
One memory strikes me at this point. My father, he was Episcopalian. Of course, we're being brought up Catholic. And his only contribution to that education was to go to midnight mass and turn the pages as my mother played the organ. He would turn the music. And that made him an okay Catholic. But after midnight mass, and there was always wonderful choir singing carols, it was quite the event as we participated later. But when we're quite young, midnight mass would occur, Dad would turn the pages, and then they would go to my Uncle Muggs's house for eggnog and good cheer. And so that would go on till maybe 3 a.m. And then they would come back to the house and then play Santa, because they had to set up the presents and everything. And we were upstairs, and as I remember waking up kind of groggily and thinking, Santa Claus, but I would hear things downstairs, somebody down there saying something, and then what had happened is my dad came home and he had to build this little tin gas station. They had little cars and stuff, and you had to take tab A and stick it into slot B, and then I was listening, and it must be Santa. And I go, well, Santa knows all the words that my dad knows. So, and of course, we didn't dare go down. It would have been so, but that is my fondest memory of Santa.
The work of Christmas, when the song of angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and princes are home, when the shepherds are back with their flock, the work of Christmas begins to find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among the brothers, to make music in the heart.